Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday encounter and everyday life of an ASD. As you're fully aware, as I said, I was pretty much putting myself on hold for this part of the channel, even though now I'm just trying to think on what to say, even though I've been basically trying to focus on my book right now, and I'm humbly apologise to you all for all the long waits and stuff. So, and more further ado, I have been coming up with in the chapter of the myths about ASD and autism, how pretty much there are so many myths that are out there pretty much based on the ASD and autism spectrum, yet I hope to get rid of the stereotyping and also the mentality of many people, what they may think about us with AS and autisms and whatever else the case may be. So let's begin. Myth 1. Children and young adults with ASD don't even care about others. Fact. This is not 100% true, because many children and young adults with ASD do actually care real deeply, and they're the ones pretty much, if they care deeply of others, they know the ones that get hurt more, because obviously we are the ones with the most sensitive feelings, even though we may not know by having the lack of ability to spontaneously develop that empathetic skills and socially connecting behaviours that we have towards others, to actually know, and read the cues about other people's, behaviours versus, their, their emotions, so to speak. Myth 2. Children and young adults with ASD prefers to self-isolate. Fact. This is not true yet again. Many people with ASD, however, loves to socialise with and interact and engage with others. Yet some of us lack the ability to develop the social interaction skills around us, pretty much, and also due to some of the people's ignorance, however, and stereotyping with us, with the certain labels on us, it does make it harder for us to actually socialise and engage with you all. Because obviously, as I said before, we need to get rid of the people's mentality and also stereotyping with the judgmentality of others, and hopefully if we are creating an awareness and understanding, we should be able to know what's going on, inside out. Number 3 of the myth is children and adults with ASD can't learn social skills. Fact, this is again wrong. We people with ASD and autism can learn this and more. No such word as can't in our dictionary, however. Most of us, people with autism or AS or any other form of autism, are really determined and kick other people's butts, to try and achieve and be the normal people that we can be to gain that, so to speak. And some of us with AS tend to push ourselves so hard to the point of no return to gain that skill set, and with that right attitude and obviously behaviour mentality through others around us, by receiving the right individualised, specialised training and instructions that is given to us, anything is possible. We could make it more better for you guys, or maybe we could, do better than you guys within that set skill set and instructions that you've given us. And many people obviously tend to fear what is to become of us basically on this, and it's just like, then we tend to look like as if we're a threat to you all, which we aren't. We're just, as we say, humans as well. We do things differently. Myth 4. ASD are caused by poor parenting or parental behaviours. Again, that's not right. Parents don't and can't cause ASD, yet there are multiple causes for ASD, pretty much, which is unknown and still needs to be researched up, however, and needs to know about, even though we need to just, hopefully, as I keep saying, remove the mentality and mindset of others about people around us, that tend to think, they know better than us, even though in ourselves, the ones with AS or ASD or autism, they pretty much know themselves and their own selves of what they are doing, even though we may go the wrong way about it of what we may do and say. But many people just need to just realise that, hello, hang on a minute, this is not right, Anyway, myth number 5. ASD is a behavioural, emotional, mental health disorder. Okay, fact. I hate hearing this word disorder, pretty much. This can imply with anyone with some function or impairment of the mentality or just the physical ability of certain things that we may not be able to do. we need to take this word out pretty much, because I feel that sometimes this also implies basically of hearing this word disorder can be defined as anyone that is unfit with an unfit mind, so to speak. Matter of fact though, however, people with ASD or autism pretty much, or shall we say related disorders, even though, as I said, I don't want to put that in, but I'll just put it in anyway, even though I like to put it as conditions or impairments, but then again, it could be different. Actually, it's like related disorders of the developmental and basically neurological disorders, conditions. These conditions, however, can manifest in early childhood, pretty much at the tender age of maybe when we guys and girls go to kindy, pretty much, even though, as I said in one of my videos over, that sometimes now it's been hard to diagnose a female, however, because it's, hidden underneath all these other diagnoses, schizophrenia and the like, as I said before. But then some of these conditions that are manifested in us in the early childhood are likely to stay for a lifetime in us. As I said, that AS is a part of me. However, it's who and what we are, even though it's basically, again, with the right attitude, support, thinking, and more from others, life will be easier for us. Myth 6. People with ASD can't live successful lives as contributing members of society, no matter what we do. So, fact. Wrong. Again, with the right attitude, support, networks, and the thinking of others from around us in our circle, we can go a long way to live successful and abundant lives with us. But then again, you got to question ourselves though, because many people, as I said before, and one of the other ones, pretty much of, that we can't learn social skills, yes, okay, we may be a threat to you all, but you got to remember that no matter what it may be, that we got to learn to basically, understand each other, no matter what. But I understand that people with ASD are being successful and are living and contributing into the community. This is likely to happen due to having the right appropriate services that we have when we were younger, be it, when we were maybe at kindy upwards, that pretty much we have the free support networks out there pretty much of basically the free education years, basically with the training in that we were establishing, like with me, as I said in one of my videos, that basically I had to have like basically speech therapy, cognitive behavioural therapy and the like sort of thing, just to, so that I can, interact well with others. So thing. Myth 7. Certain behaviour-based programs cures ASD if they're delivered at the right age and intensity of the, condition. Fact, let's be real here, guys. There is no cure for this condition of ASD, AS, autism. Or shall we say, we shouldn't be waving the magic wand for a cure, because obviously, as I said, that it is invisible of this kind of condition, pretty much. Yet, as I said, with the early-based behaviour interventions, when the child is young, however, some of these will have some positive effects on them, and some may not so good positive effects, depending on how we actually go about having the right certain healthcare and education services that we need to access at a younger age based on our needs, and also different learning styles and basic learning styles to help us learn, like we learn about certain things if we're, visual, hearing, whatever the like, and this goes for us young adults as we get into that stage. This again, we need to be tested pretty much again to see if anything has changed, even though sometimes ASD and autism and that can change from time to time, but then again, it doesn't always happen. But hey, myth 8. Children and young adults with ASD don't have good eye contact or interact very much, pretty much, and they don't even also speak very well. Again, this is wrong. You'll be well damn surprised, pretty much, for some of us with ASD, however, we will speak or may speak to you, interact with you, pretty much engage with you, make good eye contact. However, many people may think that, we may lose track of time, basically, of not looking at yours, gazing into space. But then again, your question to why they may be doing that Is it because you're maybe boring us or something? I don't know. This is kind of a debate here with all of us here. Children and young adults with ASD, however, may be verbal or non-verbal, depending on pretty much how we were growing up and what we were doing, you know, to get to this stage when we got this condition. So you'll also be well damn surprised also people with ASD or AS in that we may be brought with an above average intelligence level of learning, knowledge and understanding of certain, you know, areas of topics basically that may be given to us in a conversation. And as I said, once we talk to you, however, we may talk to you about our beloved subject and say, well, like I shared with you a lot, that most of mine is health and science, you know, basically biology and all that. But then some of you, as one of the persons in my social circle, we may talk it to death. Yeah, okay, I'll admit that we may talk to death, but then again, we get so excited that we may find something, you know, that will involve others, hopefully. And so, if that happens, though, however, if we talk to death, and that please bear with us and be patient, not to throw a hissy fit at us, you know. I've noticed that some normal people don't have the empathy skills themselves, you know, just to have the patience, even though some people have told me in their circle, my circle especially, that they do have the patience levels, but you know, please bear with me. I am not trying to push your guys' buttons, even though you may be testing my buttons as well to see how far I can go with my patience and all that levels, even though, as I said in my first video, that I am the kind of girl that's really loyal and faithful to the end of time. Anyway, myth number 9, the last and not least, even though I was hoping to aim for 10, but I'll shorten it down for 9 for now. If you have ASD, you don't have other conditions. Again, this is not true. As I said in my introductory video, this is quite on the contrary, that there'll bound to be other diagnoses with us having AS that comes into the territory of AS. However, pretty much also it's up to us how we're going to go about looking after ourselves and what to do if anything like any of those other conditions, symptoms and all that arises, sort of thing. After all, you got to bear in mind we are still humans, however, and we are just like you guys, yet we do are wired differently, and we do say things and interact and do things differently and behave in a certain way towards others, as well as towards maybe a situation, as said, that may arise. Well, that ends the video of basically the myths about ASD and autism. Even though, like I said, I was hoping for aiming for 10, but it was down to 9, even though there's so many to basically thing. I'm hoping to hopefully by the end of this week or beginning next week to bring out the next part of the series of my channel of an everyday encounter of an everyday life of an ASD, AS, and the different types of meltdown stages, which is obviously I'm going to have to find the right words for this one of the AS and temper meltdown. Hopefully you guys can bear with me, even though, like I said, these are my life experiences and encounters, what I do with my everyday life, so please take it on board, and hopefully maybe when you do interact with someone with the same condition as me, they may be like me or not, but then it may be, and I don't know, that it could work for you lot interacting with other people with AS, even though other people will be different. So bear with me, guys. So thanks for watching anyhow. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Like, comment, subscribe below, guys.